Hey, this is Sean here. I want to show you how we build out a really basic, simple rainwater catchment system. I'm standing right here by one of our other ones here, and I've got two totes that are stacked on one on top of the other, and the catchment area for this is about 1,000 square feet. And so we fill this up every year, and in fact it overflows a little bit, and this is used to water some gardens every year. It's also good emergency water, of course. But mostly it is used to irrigate a hoop house via gravity that's down about 6 or 7 feet of drop. So nothing, not a lot of pressure, but enough to easily provide water to that area very well. Okay, so I'm going to show you how we look at an area and how when you build a pond, as you can see right there, you look for areas that you can make basically the smallest dam wall and capture the most water, right? So you wouldn't pick an area where you have to build this gigantic, massive dam wall in order to capture a small amount of water. You obviously look for areas that are advantageous where you can make a smaller wall and capture more water. So in other words, more bang for your buck. And the same thing goes with rainwater catchment off of a roof. Okay, so when looking at a roof, I mean, obviously you can see here that we've got a lot of roof line, and we could put a gutter all the way along there and catch off of this whole side of the house. Okay, or that one area there to include the dormer. But occasionally you get areas like, for example, here that allow you to catch in a small area where it all kind of funnels together, just like thinking about building a pond, right? You build the smallest wall to capture the most area. Now, this area that I'm going to put this rainwater catchment, we're going to put some gutter right in here, and it's going to capture off of this side of the roof, and then all the way in the back there, and all of that square footage there. Now, it's not an incredible amount of capture area, but it doesn't take much to capture it. Okay, so what we're looking at there is 400 to 500 square feet of capture area and maybe 15 feet of gutter. That's not bad. That's really not bad. It's going to be a simple system. We're going to set it up right there behind that tree. By the way, that tree is going away this year, and we'll be setting it up, and it'll work out well. It'll capture, like I said, 500 square feet. Let's talk numbers real quick. So 500 square feet, rule of thumb is about 300 gallons per 1 inch of rain. So 300 gallons to 1 inch of rain. And that's a good rule of thumb, and that actually builds in some loss, okay? Some loss from both evaporation and using a first flush system or whatever, okay? So now I'm gonna show you how we put it together, and my goal here was to use all materials that I have on hand. I'm not gonna buy anything for this, if possible. Okay, so we'll see if I'm able to do it. Here we go. So you can see here, this is where we're going to put the gutter. So along those two sides right there. And again, that's not very much gutter to be able to capture off of the roof on there, and then the entire roof on that side there. Okay, so that's not bad. There's a lot of bang for your buck right there. Okay, I'm just using some leftover materials that I have from other projects, and I'm using basic plastic type guttering and standard kind of clips for these types of gutters, and it works pretty well. You do have to be careful if for example, if you had a metal roof in the winter, this stuff could come crashing off. We have an asphalt roof, so the snow kind of melts off instead of comes off like that, so it works out better for us. And it's a little tricky to get on sometimes, but once you get it, it's not too bad. And I'll probably put 4, I guess, something like that, on for this piece. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount this, and then I'll end up kind of cutting off the piece and then putting an end cap on to make it real simple. With 200 gallons of water per every inch of rain, even if we use that as our number, our average annual rainfall is 30 inches. That gives us 6,000 gallons. And even if we subtract a third of it, based on winter precipitation, we still come to about 4,000 gallons, a little bit more. That's a lot of water. Now, if I was ideally sizing the catchment, it would not be a tote that's 275 gallons. It would probably be a 1,000-gallon tank. That would be ideal. But in this case, that's what I've got. And so that's what I'm going to use. And it's going to work out well. All right, and that's it. She's all done. Nothing fancy about this one. I literally wanted to use the materials that I had. And you can see, actually, I did not put a gutter on that side, even though I have plenty of gutter. I do not have a corner that works right there. That's okay. There's still the majority of the roof on this side is being captured on. And in fact, basically from there up is what is not going to be captured. So that, it's a good amount. It's probably 50 square feet or something like that I'm missing out on. And so I will likely improve upon this. I also did not put a first flush system that I normally do here. And so I'll end up adding that later. I'll put a screen on there. But essentially, it's ready to go. It's going to, collect water. It's going to do this job. And we use this for irrigation anyway. So I'm not terribly worried about all of that, other than obviously getting like a leaf screen catch right there.